Hey guys, and welcome to a showdown featuring the Norm and his High Elf forces up against a backseat driver and a Karl Franz-led Empire. Should be some good fun, so let's hop into this one. I'm still recovering a little bit from the plague, so once again, apologies for the voice. Anyway, for the front line of the High Elf forces here, we do have Rangers, which are relatively cheap but incredibly cheerful, and can certainly carve their way through Empire State troops with deadly efficiency. Their one weakness, of course, or one of their many weaknesses, is that these guys are not shielded, so crossbow fire, handgunners will tear them apart, and cavalry run them over very effectively. In the secondary line, we have a couple of units of Lothran Sea Guard here, looking to trade with handgunners and the like, and over on the right-hand flank, we have a really cool combination of the hardcore, bad-to-the-bones Dragon Princes, who are going to be assisted here by the War Lines of Chase. Now, I haven't seen these bad boys as much as I would have liked since they came out in the latest DLC. They can certainly do some decent work, and it'd be interesting to see how their anti-infantry does work in combination with the Dragon Princes, perhaps helping them from getting bogged down in sticky engagements. Over on the left-hand side, it looks like we have the Regiment of Renown of both the troops once more. So we have the Fireborn with their Flaming Lances, going to be rolling dirty with Rahagra's Pride. These guys, of course, have the amazing ability, which is Mighty Roar, -8 leadership and 25% speed. Anything which has a snare ability, like minus speed, is very competitive in multiplayer. We have a noble on horseback, and he's going to be assisting Alariel the Radiant here, coming in, of course, with Shield of Thorns, Earthblood, Star of Avalon, and Tempest, so all the good stuff. Looks like over hidden in the trees we have one unit of Illyrian Reavers as well. Now, for the forces of the Empire, we have a pretty interesting choice in the Lord division. We do have Karl Franz on horseback. I don't get to see him terribly often on horseback. Normally he's on top of the mighty Deathclaw. But he's going to be coming in with the Reichland Runefang, plus 24 melee attack and 8 leadership, as well as a Stand Your Ground, so he can certainly help buff up nearby troops. We have a Light Wizard with the Net of Amantok as well, and it's a trap hidden in the trees. We have Demigryph Knights, it looks like 2 units hidden up here. These are the Lance variety. The variety, I think, should be picked more often than they are. Most people do go halberds. Halberds are better at taking down monsters, but lancers are better at taking down infantry as well as enemy cavalry. We have some handgunners hidden in the trees as well, so nice little trap set here with the Light Wizard. For the main battle line, we have spearmen dotted all the way along, and a secondary line of Sigma Sons and basic swordsmen to help chew through enemy spearmen and the likes. In deep reserve here, we do have a couple of mortars, notoriously good up against the tightly packed formations of the higher elves. We have spearmen, silver bullets, of course, Regiment Renowned handgunners who have Stalk, a third unit of Demigryph Knights darting towards the trees, and a second wizard with Regrowth. Interesting. I would have expected to have seen Earthblood there instead of Regrowth, but still, certainly able to heal up some of those elite troops. So in comes the mortar, raining fire down on top of the Rangers, but Rangers are in a skirmish formation for the most part. They're not, neck to neck like most High Elf infantry is, such as Spearmen, and as you can see, the Lothran Sea Guard. So mortars won't do as much damage to them, but still can do some pretty nice work. Looks like we are going to have a big cav engagement over on this left-hand flank. The Fireborn will do very good up against Demigryph Knights, however, there's a lot of Demigryph Knights, and Rahagra's Pride may just get run over as well as these other troops. Rangers continue to push forward here, and they need to get to grips with these spearmen. They'll be able to tear them apart very quickly. Lothran Sea Guard as well are going to have to add their arrows to the fire and kind of rain them down on the silver bullets, but it looks like we're going to have a very nice cycle charge in the front line from these Demigryph Knights, which is a really good way of using them. Hop in here, hammer through the fire and the flames of the mortars, run over the Rangers before simply falling back. A huge net has gone down, Overcast here, trapping all of these units, which will stop them from getting the charge off and make them get charged themselves if the Demigryphs can catch up. It looks like the engagement was a little bit delayed, as the Illyrian Reavers have managed to swing around and hop on top of the handgunners, which is pretty clutch it. We have an Overcast Shield of Thorns, something I basically never used actually, which is pretty awesome. Plus 60% base weapon and 22 physical resist, plus a Star of Avalon, and my god, Alario has been absolutely hammered by Franz. He is certainly giving her business, but with the Earthblood popped, Shield of Thorns, plus Star of Avalon, she is starting to stabilise and perhaps can fall back there. Karl Franz winning there fast and furious, and is punishing her pretty bad, but considering she's going to be able to get away and heal up, he needs to pull back, as well as these Demigryph Knights, who can absolutely torn to pieces here by the healing properties of the Dragon Princes there. The Lothran Seaguard raining fire in after the Sigma Suns. Not a bad target. The mortar fire is raining down upon them. And in the front line, Rangers should be able to clear through the Spearmen with deadly efficiency and push back onto these mortars. The real kind of crux of the fight here is over here on this left-hand flank. Warhammer's Pride have managed to haunt the handgunners here, darted in between the trees to shut them down, but Demigryph Knights are around as well. Looks like they're consistently being thrown into this main engagement, but the Noble is going to be pretty perfect here, as well as the Firebond, and all the healing that is available to Alarielle and the Shield of Thorns is making this a really bad engagement, unfortunately, for the Empire forces, although some Spearmen have now saturated in on top, which may be able to turn the tide a little bit in their favour. Lothran Seaguard once again raining arrows down onto the Silver Bullets, a pretty key target, and the Warlines have managed to whip around the flanks and are now going to be feasting on the mortars, which is really good news for them. We still have this unit of Dragon Princes on the right hand side. Looks like they haven't got their hands dirty yet, but they're not really needed in the back line anymore. Rangers can shut down this last mortar crew, so Dragon Princes now need to swing through the trees and hunt down these handgunners, in my opinion, as they're one of the ways that this engagement could turn nasty for the High Elves if the Firebond do get focused down by consistent handgun fire and leave Alarielle and the Noble stranded. They won't be too happy about that. Rahaga's Pride only up to 9 kills, and it looks like they may be breaking here as well, as another Earthblood goes down, although Alarielle is at a healing cap already in the battle, which is pretty crazy. Demigryph's fallen back here. Perhaps need a regrowth on these bad boys. I'd really like to have seen the Earthblood from the High Elf Mage as well. Spearmen are being left behind, but desperately trying to catch down the Firebond as a glorious charge from the Demigryphs comes in, hammering home on top of the Dragon Princes, getting a lovely charge bonus. But it looks like at the same time a Mighty Roar has gone down, lowering their speed, which does affect actually the amount of damage that you do on the charge. Sigma Suns have pushed through the centre pocket now up to 76 kills and dispatched Lothran Seaguard with deadly efficiency, and is soon going to be able to eat up this second unit as well. So the game is certainly open, with Karl Franz now trying to hunt down the Noble, which isn't a bad idea. Isolating the hero and killing him off is a good way of doing this, as it looks like the Firebond are down to just 14 models as well. Although in the main battle line, it looks like Rangers have managed to clear through the Spearmen relatively comfortably here. Still have a decent amount of health on all the units, and both mortars are completely shattered at this point. And with the second unit of Dragon Princes, which isn't going to be as scary as the Firebond, but they are pretty much full health, and all the Demigryphs are disgustingly beat up at this point. Warlines have done a decent job, 74 kills, crushing those mortar crews as well, but they're going to, return to the forest and chill out for a little while. They've certainly earned a break. Handgunners and Silver Bullets are going to be unleashing some fire here to try and protect Franz, who's doing a decent job of trying to carry this Empire game on his back. Silver Bullets raining down on top of the Firebond, who surely are going to break here, down to just 6 models. So I'm very surprised those guys are still fighting. Karl Franz is desperately trying to chase the Noble, but the Elves are slippery and quick, of course. Silver Bullets are about to be done for as well, and they're so close to the board edge they will probably fall off. Karl Franz should get in there though with another rear attack, but it looks like the other handgunners have been shut down by the Dragon Princes. Up to 54 kills now, certainly got their lances wet with blood at this point, which is good for them. Alarielle very wisely going to be fleeing this engagement. There's no need for her to get tangled up with the Franz Meister, and it looks like Franz is getting absolutely decimated at this point. He was doing pretty good holding the battle line for himself, but completely surrounded on the edge of the battlefield, and the Shield of Thorns and Star of Avalon assisted Dragon Princes hammering home on him. The Mighty Roar as well, just to add a little boon to the touch there. So a nice stacking of abilities and debuffs is going to butcher Karl Franz, who is relatively squishy. He hits like an absolute truck, but you do have to be a little bit careful with the Franz Meister. He got a little bit isolated, overextended, and is going to be forced off the field. Looks like both the Wizards are chucking themselves in to try and protect him, but apart from that, the Empire forces are pretty much spent. There's a few Spearmen and Swordsmen kind of dotted around the field. Sigma Suns as well are really healthy, but they overchased as well and didn't even manage to catch their Elven prey, unfortunately for them. But even if they were back here, I don't think there is much chance. I'm just going to fast forward now, as it's pretty clear what's going to happen, as the Wizards do get eaten up here by the huge moving death blob of High Elves at this point. Army losses does kick in, and we can just see the glorious last stand of the Sigma Suns, who meet the High Elves with human ferocity, charging in and getting absolutely flattened. It's not going to go too well for them, unfortunately. But still, they're fighting bravely, as all Sons of Sigma do. The Lions, though, will be feasting happily tonight, tearing out throats as Rangers do their very cool spinny animations and start decapitating the men of the Empire, which, you know, isn't going to be their day. So very well played, a nice Pyrrhic victory. Let's go to the end stats there. Well played to the Norm, a really fun build overall, using the Lions I'm a big fan of in combination with the Dragon Princes. It was certainly a risky build in certain elements, but did its job and very well handled the situation with the Demigryphs very well, as that can be a scary situation. Triple Demigryph Knights should quite comfortably be able to overrun a lot of this high elf force, but the use of the upgraded Shield of Thorns, Earthbloods and the Roars really help them push back and kind of punch above their weight up against some chevroned up Demigryph Knights. So really well played to both of these guys, and a special shout out to the Norm for sending this in via my Discord. If you do want to see your replays up on the channel, feel free to join my Discord. There's a link down below and you can submit replays there, get involved in tournaments and just chat with a load of cool people. Anyway guys, hope you did enjoy. If you did, feel free to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more Total War Warhammer content. Anyway guys, until next time, peace, and as always, stay awesome.